Hello, people. You know who this is. You clicked on me, of course. Anyway, I have another bleh. already in the start, and I can't speak. I have another Dora video here. This was taken a few days ago. Maybe, actually, probably over a week ago now that I think of it, because I was still recovering from my flu. My previous flu that I talked about in my first video. So this is at least a few days before that video. Anyway, I did pretty well in this match, even though I was slightly delirious from having the flu. I don't know if it was see, here in Texas, for some reason we had this rash of swine flu recently. Yeah, it's like a third country here, I swear. Anyway, I don't know if I had the swine flu or not. I didn't go in and see a doctor. I just thought, oh, let's get over it. If it's really bad, I'll probably go in. I don't want to freaking die of the swine flu, of all things. Of all things in life, I don't want to have on my tombstone, here lies so-and-so, died from a pig disease. Eat pork in my honor. Peace out. You know, whatever. That's, first off, actually, that would be kind of a cool tombstone, now that I think about it. Anyway, going back to the game, you know me, I don't like flying in straight up into the enemy territory right off the bat, especially in the very beginning of the game, where everybody's just going to bear down on you at high speeds, and you're going to go through planes like no tomorrow in arcade. So anyway, I wait, I gain some altitude, then I zoom down on these usually the bombers like to fly in first because they know, well, if I just go in and do a quick attack run, I can get out of this bomber into something really big, while everybody else is probably already dove down on other contacts, so I don't have to worry about them. Anyway, I noticed there's a FW right down there. There's also two other guys on my team coming in on the same target, so I think I'll dive in on him. Now, if you notice, my angle of attack here isn't optimal, but there is a cliff face in front of him, so I don't want to go in that direction. So he did a pretty good defensive maneuver there against me, but unfortunately I have two other guys. Yeah, there they are. Two other guys that came in and sealed the deal. I'm not too worried about having them take him out for me. What am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, I gave him some hits, so I knew that he was already criticaled, and I made it easier for my team to take him out. As long as he's out of the game, or at least that plane's out of the game, I'm not worried about it. It's nice to to do that for your team every once in a while. Make things easier for them. It isn't about you and your own score. As long as I win in the end, and I don't care about it, I get a better bonus. If you notice, there's that B-17. I was going to where he was also, the direction he was flying and the target that he was facing. Instead of just trying to track him directly, you're going to get there faster, pointing far ahead of him, rather than just trying to chase him that way. Anyway, there's a bow fighter down there. I see some contacts to my right, but I'm not too worried. They're somewhat close, but they're a little bit slower, or they're already targeting other players, so I'm not too worried about them. Even though in these higher tiered games, people can get across the map really quick in a dive. I know there's two contacts down there I can't see on radar, but I can see them with my eyes, and plus that ME410. Which is starting to look like a juicy target, even though there's two other ones down there that are a bigger threat to my team, or just anybody in general. So I go after this 410, knowing that I can use my speed later on and my height advantage to come back and support my team against those other two contacts down there. So here we go. Get a lineup on him. Take out an engine, at least he's on fire, do some crits. I know he's damaged enough that I could probably fly away from him and watch him crash, which I do, and he does. Bam, there we go. So it looks like that Spitfire took out one guy, but he still has a P-51 on his tail. Now, usually I would fly straight and then do a S turn straight on a 6. That way I'll have I'll be lined up better. But I know he's on that other guy, and I want to save my teammate, so I do a quick swipe on him, and he's off of him. He's after me, which is exactly what I wanted. Although I think the Spitfire did get down. I think he was downed. Yeah, I don't see him. So using my superior speed, I zoom up, just having the inertia of my plane carry me in a climb, slowly losing speed, but that's okay. As long as I'm above, 270 kilometers indicated airspeed, then I'm just using a zoom climb. Whenever I get down to that lower speed, then I'm just gonna use a more efficient climb angle. Don't want to get too slow to climb. There's people that really like to use angle to climb, but your climb rate changes based on altitude. I've actually flown some planes in real life. I had a junior's pilot license when I was a teenager, so I'm not exactly, the Red Baron in real life. But I've flown some, two prop planes, so I know a little bit of it. So yeah, you want to fly by your indicated airspeed and not just angle in a climb. It's almost like an art, really. I can go really deep in depth into it, but anyway, yeah, this P-51, he's still around. Unfortunately for him, he didn't really climb too well or away from me. He didn't have an exit strategy, so I'm just looping around him, doing yo-yos. I got him finally. He did get me though. The Dora isn't really too tough. Unfortunately, I have a Mustang Mark 1, the Mustang with the cannons on my tail, but I can outdive him already, so I'm not too worried about him. He did black my wing though, but it's okay. It's not really gonna hurt me too much. I can fly the Dora with a black wing or two. The roll rate goes way down, but it still flies pretty well. It still turns pretty well. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much because I usually use this in diving tactics, so I'm not too worried about turn fighting anyway. As long as I have a good angle when I'm flying in, then I can always choose where and when to shoot. So I'm not too worried about that. There's a lot of guys coming in now. My team needs help. I have good altitude, so I'm gonna go for the back of the train, as I like to call it, right here. Instead of attacking the Yak 7, if I attack him, he knows the gig is up, and the BF-109's right behind me, and he could probably get a few shots. Oh, look at all those misses. Remember I was sick here, so I finally remember. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Take out his wing. I have a good exit strategy here, so that F4U isn't going to catch me. He's still getting at me a little bit, but not for long. He decides to turn off. Coming back into the battle now to help out that XP-38. Looks like this P-51 is doing pretty well, but he's missing a lot. He's actually shooting behind the target instead of leading it. So I get a few shots here and there and finally take him out. Now I'm after that Mustang. But then I decide, oh shoot, there's this other guy coming right after me, so I turn off. Either way, by the time he's turned around, I'm almost a kilometer away. Yeah, you're not going to hit me from there, dude. It's really good to keep awareness of the battlefield and everybody around you, including your own team members. Keep looking around you, I know, for example, this IL-2 is shooting me up, and he has really good speed because he probably just dove straight from when he spawned in, so he's on my tail, and I'm pretty worried at this point. I mean, look at him, half a kilometer away, he's shooting me. Those guns are really good, and then he decides to turn off. What? I mean, I know there's two other guys coming in on him, but he could have easily had my lunch there. instead of just ramming some guy. To be honest, that was probably his best option, was to ram. Well, his best option would have been to shot me down and then ram somebody else. Who knows why he did that? He didn't shoot me down, I mean. So yeah, whenever you have an enemy, and there's like you have superior numbers against that enemy, why would you ram him or allow him to ram you? You know, it doesn't matter to him if you or a team member, or if you or one of his enemies gets a kill, but it matters to you. You might get an assist, you might get the kill, who knows? Why would you crash into them? Whenever you crash into them or you allowed them to crash into you, you're just taking away points from your team and your teammates. Especially at tier 4, why are you still, you know, ramming or allowing people to ram you at this level? Some people don't learn, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this guy didn't have a good exit strategy after taking me out. He's flying towards my base. Low level. He should have turned it around. I mean, turned around and maybe even used some of the cliffs as cover. Anyway, the game's over. I'm going to turn this plane into hamburger meat before the end. Yeah, it was a pretty good match. I had fun. 7 kills, 1 death. I try to prioritize not dying in arcade as much as possible, because it's just, I don't know, I think of it as lame. I don't want to lose a plane in arcade. Are you kidding me? Anyway, got some good RP, 54,000 credits, 7,000 or 8,000 RP, not too bad. I am premium. So yeah, pretty good overall. I hope to get back into playing War Thunder again after recovering, get some of that rust off me, and get going again. Alright guys, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.